Yo, yo, Tony D back at it. Got a special one, new comic day. I was driving home from the shop and I thought, you know what? This one has almost everything you could think of. First appearances, new arcs. We got horror. We have hero team ups. We got Punisher blasting back. And a recommended nostalgia type thing. We'll get into that. But man, that's got it all. And also, I've got a foil cover, which I will save for last. So this one's packed. And that's how we like it. So back in the mega cave, going through my pickups, doing a little, no cheating. I see you looking over here. Doing some reorgan here. Totally had a good time. Dan was working. Shout out to Dan. If you can, man, go see him. He always recommends good stuff. Everyone down there does. They take their time to get to know you at Speeding Bullet. And it's paid off in dividends. You know, they know where I'm at, you know, and I get good stuff. Totally appreciate it. All right. Everything Dead and Dying. Shout out to my niece, Amy. I totally recommended this for her. She was mentioning that she liked The Walking Dead. And if you're a Walking Dead fan, this is a must-have. And the reason why I say that, this is literally going to be the next Walking Dead. It's going to be a hit. There's a little bit, like, man, I'll give you some niblets. Artwork matches the tone, almost like Dead work, Walking Dead, but I don't like really comparing things to other things, but that's just the way it is, right? It's kind of natural. This one actually has a very human distinction from The Walking Dead, and I'll let you in on it. It is, so your main character, he's immune to this whole thing that's going on. So the dead can bite him, attack him or whatever, but they don't, I think he's been bit, of course, but he's living with them alongside them. That's the, you know, that's not a spoiler. That's what's going on. If you read issue 1, it's just him kind of rehashing, totally reading that, where he's at with the situation he's in. And they do an excellent job. Like, the issue 1 was a perfect launch in my viewpoint. So he is living with his daughter, his partner, and the town is really running the way that it was. Like, the dead are doing that whole, probably, you know, from memory, his mailman still comes and his daughter wakes up in the morning. Like, they're in the house with him. So, and he's really out of it in a way mentally, where he, oh, it's so good how they do it, where he flashes back to when things were normal. And then you slowly get reeled into what he's really living in. And it's really fantastic. The writer, man. Let's get into the writer. I can't be doing all that. So I don't know who this writer is. Brombal. Written by Tate Brombal. Don't know much. Artwork, Jacob Phillips. I have heard that name. Colors, Pip Martin. So I'm excited what this writer's bringing to the table. And it's just, it's a fresh perspective on the dead. You know, just when you thought you couldn't bring anything more, like, they bring this tale where he's just like, it's like he's traumatized to a point where he's just kind of in this world of his own. And since everybody's kind of on automatic, and the fresh new thing is the dead don't attack him. Like, they either know they can't infect him. Now, that's an interesting thing I haven't thought about yet, is you would think if they're hungry that they would attack him, but they don't. They just live alongside him. So maybe this virus is more, I don't know, maybe they're not as dangerous as previous incarnations of the Walking Dead. So there, you know, we've had some of that in the movies or whatever, but it's interesting. Like, there, I'll definitely review it. It's cool. Spider-Man and Wolverine, totally picked this up. I love this team up. These two together with this artwork and writing it's on point. I got to get a first printing of issue 2 with the A cover. I just have to have it. It is a classic. It is going to be a classic Spider-Man Wolverine battle. And the artwork is just, oh man, it just nailed it. And you're introduced to a new villain, cut short, but I think we'll see that dude again. But yeah, just, it's good stuff, man. And it brought back a lot of nostalgia. Oh yeah, we got Vermin. Now, is this the same? Nah, a different penciler. So we don't have Andrews doing interior pencils, which is okay, man. I'm cool with that. Gerardo Sandoval. I totally recognize that name. I'm getting better. It looked fine to me, especially with the Vermin, like right here. Love these. Yeah, he's doing good. Marvel's been doing a good job of when they do swap up writers, images too, where, not writers, but artists, where they kind of keep the tone the same. Yeah, this is good stuff. So yeah, I totally recommend that series. You don't have to be a fan or either one of them, but the fight in 2, I was wondering why 2A was so expensive, or not expensive, but there was a lot of people on my comic shop online that had it on their want list. And I'll look at that sometime to gauge what's hot, what's not. But I'm doing that more. That's my speculator coming out in me. That's exactly why I do it. I'm speculating. Sometimes I take it with a grain of salt, and sometimes, man, I just don't want to follow the main crowd. I want to like do what I need to do. But your boy does have some speculator in him. It's just the way it is, you know. The Punisher, totally glad to see this dude back. So they have a different issue. So they're busting out with two issues or two arcs, storylines. Like I'm looking for it. So yeah, the Punisher, this seems to be the main one for his relaunch. Like I was telling Dan at the shop, I never got into the last story arc where he was with the Hand. I do have issue 1, but I was like, I don't like him with a group of people. That's not the Punisher I know. So you have that. Of course, you got Red Band stuff. Do have a video coming up where I free the Punisher magazine from the poly bag. You'll need to check that out. It's real short. I think it's entertaining, and there's an update for my boy in Austria, Christian. Got an update. He the comic books he won, he's displaying them in front of a Ferris wheel. We'll let him, you know, when that comes around, we'll let him chime in. He's really cool. So yeah, so this is Marvel Knights. It seems like Marvel Knights is coming back, people. And man, I'm gonna get anything with Punisher in it. It's like they deprive me of my Punisher. Yeah, he's part of the main universe, man. He's a staple. Oh, it's totally cool looking. So yeah, just give you little deets on the artwork. It's got that cinematic paneling. Totally love that stuff. Now this is a little different where the whole pictures, man. I'll have to check that out. See how I feel about it, you know? Yeah, I totally love that. Oh, they got a different take on the symbol. We'll see how that goes. So these are not getting the 3 tape treatment because I got to read them. I'm averaging maybe 4 or 5 a night that I read. Sometimes on the weekends, man, I get on a roll and I'll read till my eyes hurt. Like, getting old sucks, I'll just say that. But Event Horizon, totally digging this. This movie, I was fascinated with. Just the whole idea of a ship. I guess I went into a black hole or whatever. Can't really remember the science behind it, but it's been done before, and like they end up, you know, in another dimension, which is, of course, hell to us, but the artwork is seriously on point. Look at that. Man, let me give you the close-up. I love detail like that. You know, when they put that much effort in the detail, it just seems like it doesn't matter who the artist is. Oh, man, yeah, like that. The more detail that's there, the more appreciation I have, and like, the more I like it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it's like, you know, I'm not a superstar artist or anything, but I have, you know, dabbled. And when I did stuff like stipple or crosshatch, like real tedious stuff, like you find out. It's a lot of work. These guys work hard, man. I appreciate it. Love it. And DCKO, new story arc. So it's like a tournament. I'm still kind of getting under my feet here about this. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of hero on hero violence. Maybe hero on villain. Maybe it doesn't matter. It looks like Into the Ring. You know, I was talking to Matthew down the shop, and I was like, man, I don't know, dude. If it's just a tournament, like, come on, like, we can do better than that. And he goes, but don't you like it when the heroes fight each other? I was like, yeah, I'm going to buy it. And it seems like, I read a little bit what Snyder was saying about it. Well, now I forget, but there you have the Trinity, the three. But it's, gosh, the winner has to be a certain, I don't know. Oh, dude, look, it's going to go on for, probably gave away a little there by my money. Just thinking of a tournament strictly. I don't know the parameters or the rules, but I totally put my money on Batman. He is just because of his mind, he's too good, man, in the mind department, and he knows a lot about all these others. But Batman, the much anticipated Catwoman appearance, all right? Totally love the cover. Alternates were cool. Man, get whatever. And I didn't notice it. Okay, that's her whip. At first I thought that was like dominoes. That's interesting. But we have seen her not as Catwoman. So this is really just if anything, a first appearance on the cover as Catwoman. Let's see what's up, man. Let's see. Do we have, okay, boom, there it is. Totally dig it, man. Absolute Batman. It's a top book for me. You know, if you're not into, it's so cool. If you're not into the Absolute universe, Absolute Batman's worth a look-see. You know, it's action-packed. You wonder about all the Absolute different villains, because his villains, or the villains in this universe, are like his friends, and they get transformed into, you know, their counterpart villain types. And it's going to be interesting. That adds a layer of emotion where it's your friends. Yeah, I mean, you see where I'm going. So, carrying on with the show. Dan hooked me up. He pulled this out and said, hey, man, check this out. And right at that moment, I knew I had to get it. Dan's pretty much in sync with me now. He knows what I like, man. Everyone down there does, so it's cool. So he was telling me the writer, Josh Blaylock, was doing G.I. Joe for Image at one point, and then he broke off to Devil's Due and came up with this. And it is what it is. It's really G.I. Joe with different names and characters, and I'm cool with that. Look at it like an Elseworld, like got your Snake Eye. I'll give you some serious niblets. Yeah, like, you know, your Cobra Commander. Dan was like, you know, that kind of looked like Magneto. I said, yeah, totally, with the hand gesture, the helmet. I mean, it's cool, man. I'm not going to get so critical where I miss out on some fun. You know, it's not back when I was a kid where you were just screwed if you didn't like the book. Yeah, right there. Boop. You know your boy's on it. We're talking about violence too, man. I was like, you know what? I don't mind violence if there's a purpose. Like, if, I'll give you an example. Like, the Toxic Avenger is just horrible. I mean, you can throw as much gratuitous, like, violence and gross grossness you want, but man, without a story, without investment in the characters and, you know, development like that, it's not going to work. Oh, and he hooked me up with the G.I. Joe that Blaylock had done with Image. So I totally love stories like this. You know, this is a big part of the channel where I learn more about other people and what they learned, and this is going to be fantastic. I was more excited about this than anything I picked up. So we'll see, man. Kurth art. So what? $2.95. So this was probably year-wise. Let's just look it up. 2001. Oh, okay, man. 2000s was, you know, clawing out of, yeah, it looks cool. Clawing out of the 90s bubble that burst. Man, I'm totally into it. I'm going to read this tonight. I'll make a review, man. See what's up. Read them both. Do a, I don't know, like a, here's G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, and this morphed out of it type deal. All right, last but not least, your boy did it. He got a foil alternate cover. I've totally changed my stance on alternate covers. I don't care anymore. If I like it, I'm going to get it. And I rearranged my comic books in a way where I was just finding foil covers everywhere. And I was like, man, I had no idea about that many. So I went ahead and made a little section. So now I'm more aware of it. And I don't know, if I see one I like, I'll get it. So yeah, Catwoman, totally dig it. I totally love how DC puts the A cover in there like that. It's pretty brilliant. So like for an extra, you know, buck, if it wasn't foil, you know, you're getting another cover. You know, and I was thinking about alternate covers, and it's like, once they figured out product diversification, like that hit everywhere, like all kinds of products, deodorant, shampoo, food, you name it. The more they offer, the more you're going to buy, the more chances you're going to buy something. And, you know, as far as comic book people go, I think we're cool with that. We do have more choices, and there's a lot of great artists, but I totally love a cover A that's better than, to me, it's kind of like a, I don't know, man. If I was doing a cover A, I wouldn't want nobody's alternate cover to be better than mine. I would take it as a challenge. So I wonder if the artists like have viewpoints like that. I don't know, man. If you're into stuff like that, smarten your boy up. And happy new comic day. Get it.